What's up, nerds? Twitch streamers, Team B42 members, I got a really exciting video for you today. I want to help you become more entertaining on Twitch. So these are the top 5, I feel, easy ways to become more entertaining on Twitch. Now, what I really like about this is you don't have to be good, right? You don't have to have that natural showmanship. I always say, you know, be more entertaining. That's not necessarily easy, but I think these 5 things you could actually do. You could implement no matter how not good you are at streaming or how not good you think you are, because I think you're great. But these are things that you could implement that's going to make you better and more interesting and more exciting when you stream, so people are going to watch you. So here we go. Coming in, no particular order. Move. Gesture. You know, these are the things that I'm looking for when I'm looking at a stream, right? So move around. You notice I have a lot of hand movements. I always say how important that is for me, hand movements. Now, if I was just sitting here like this and kind of playing my game, you know, and just, you know, talk, maybe if I'm even talking a lot about the game, it's just, this is not as interesting. Even now, my head wants to move, but I see a lot of people making this mistake where they're just going to play the game and they're going to be slouched over and they're not moving much, you know. Be enthusiastic, you know, be animated, even in your face. You know, there's a difference between saying something and saying something. You know what I mean? You probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but there's a difference between telling your audience something and then telling your audience something. You see the difference? It's different, right? When you actually are looking at the camera, you're animated and you want to get a message across to them, right? So move your hands around. Stay animated no matter what, whether you're playing the game or just chatting or whatnot. Keep moving around. Keep the audience kind of hooked there. So that's our number 1 there. Number 2, and this goes hand in hand too. When a new person enters your chat, welcome them with enthusiasm, right? Sorry, my camera's all screwed up here. Welcome them with enthusiasm, guys. So, you know, I see a lot of this too. This is what I don't like about streamers. Not you, of course, but if I'm watching somebody say, oh, hey, what's going on? You know, someone comes into their chat, oh, hey, John, what's going on? Hey, Dave, how you doing? That's fine. At least you're acknowledging that they're there, but make believe you're really happy to see them. I know I love it when I go into a chat and someone's like, oh, Benda's here, you know, and really tears down the house. I mean, I do little sound effects. You could do that, but show that excitement. You know, someone just came into your house and you're happy that they're there, or at least pretend to be happy. So that's number 2 right there. And this goes hand in hand with number 2, guys. Our next one, number 3, say something about the viewer. In other words, when someone comes in, you know, we're all streamers here in Team B42. Someone comes into your stream, try to mention something about them that you know. Like, oh, you know, so-and-so was playing Overwatch the other night, and he's really good at Overwatch, and you could maybe spark up a good conversation that way. I think one of the main problems people have is that they forget what to say or they don't know what to say. That's a great out. You know, if you know who's in your chat, if you know the person, you could spark up a conversation. For instance, I know a lot of my people are wrestling fans. I know, you know, if I run out of stuff to say, I'm going to say, oh, did you check out the show the other night? Did you watch wrestling the other night? What'd you think of it? Blah, blah, blah. You know, that keeps the conversation going. And you know what? It's a win-win because I like conversing with people, right? So that's what we're here for as Twitch streamers, engaging your audience. That would be a great thing. And you know what? It's going to make that person that you were talking to, is going to make them feel good because you remembered something about them. You actually watch them and you know what they play and what they like, and that's going to build a bigger connection. And you know what? We're not trying to deceive anybody in any way. This is just conversation 101. You want to engage people, you want to get to know them, so it's a win-win all around. That'll hopefully hold them there in your chat, right? Number 4, dangle things in front of your viewers. So let's say for instance, if you're streaming, right, and you run out of stuff to say, but you got chatters and whatnot, dangle something. What I like to do, we get in hot controversies about Xbox or PS4, right? So I'll say, you know, so-and-so, are you an Xbox fan or a PS4 fan? That's what I mean by dangling something. So you just sparked up a controversial. Now, you don't want to do controversial. You don't want to go to the politics or the religion or anything unless that's your type of stream, because then people are going to get really heated. But if we're just talking about something stupid, I love to use, you know, PS4 and Xbox. We have hot debates over that every time. I'm an Xbox guy. And then, of course, you got the PC people coming in, you know, stuff like that. Or I don't know, that's usually my go-to. But dangle things like that. Open questions. Are you a PS4 and Xbox person? That's going to light up your chat a little bit, hopefully. Get people talking about what their favorite console is. Get people talking in the chat and keep them more entertained while you're on your downtime of your game. Remember, I always talk about your game, but you know, dangle things in front of your viewers like that. See if they're kind of going to bite into that conversation. If no one's going to bite into the Xbox versus PS4 controversy, go on to the next one. Which one's better, Marvel or DC? You know, you could get that too. Boom. See if anybody bites on that. And that's great. If somebody bites, then you got a full-on conversation that's going to last you 10 minutes probably about which one is better, Marvel or DC. Right? And then you know, you got the comic book fans, you get the wrestling fans, whatever you do, whatever your viewers like, it's just about making conversation when you have nothing to say, when you don't think you have anything to say, but you do. So that's a great open question. When all the conversations are done in the chat and you got nothing else to say, dangle another, you know, if that's what you want to do, keep them hooked. Put something out there that's an open question that everybody could get involved in, and that's going to get them more engaged, hopefully. More entertained and more engaged. You know what? This is our number 5 here. I see this a lot. If you don't have anything to talk about and you're in a dead chat, right? And you hear this a lot, but I'm going to give you some examples that might help you out. This happens a lot to everybody, including myself. Nobody's chatting in your chat, and you're just playing the game. Talk about the game. Narrate your game, right? So that's number 5. Narrate your game. If you have nothing to talk about, just describe what you're doing in the game. Oh, I'm picking up this weapon. I'm gonna kill somebody with it, or I'm doing this. You know, I'm not talk about the weapon. Maybe you have some knowledge about the game. Okay, you picked up this weapon. And this weapon's pretty good at long range. I don't know, just spew it out. It's much better than what I see 99% of new streamers, especially, that sit there and say nothing because they think no one's in their chat. That could be the case, but always make believe there's somebody there. Most of my viewers are not talking in the chat. You know, and I know that's the case for a lot of people. Make believe there's somebody in there, and you know what? It makes it a lot more interesting if you're talking about what you're doing and why you're doing it, and maybe what guns are good, or what part of the story you're on, or what you like about the game and what you don't like about the game. These are things you can think of off the bat. Not that difficult, but just make believe there's somebody there, narrate it, and remember, utilize all the other things I said. Be animated about it. Even when there's nobody there, be animated. There's a difference between playing a game and just talking about it like this in a normal tone, as you would maybe talk about it. Even now, you see my head, I want to move. Move around, be enthusiastic, even when there's nobody there. That's going to help you get a lot more viewers and help you hold a lot more viewers. And remember, if you're not in the mood to stream, I would recommend not streaming, or get in the mood. Because if you're going to sit there and be, you know, really unenthusiastic about things, I think that's very important. So make sure you do that. I hope these tips helped you out. They've helped me out. I've utilized a lot of these, and these are just from what I've noticed from other streamers, what I like about other streamers, and then I try to implement it. These things may or may not work for you, but like I said, the best thing about them is that you could implement them. No matter how bad you think you are at streaming, you could implement these things. It's just a matter of doing it, right? So do it and become better. See how you feel about it. Thank you for watching. I hope it helped. We'll see you in the next video.